guys, so this week I've been playing a zombie survival game called The Last of Us, which is made by Naughty Dog, the same people who did Uncharted, and I really love those games, so I'm kind of excited for this one. So, is it any good? It's been getting a lot of really positive reviews from all of the, big name publishers and reviewers and websites out there, but you don't care about that crap. You want to know what some no-name like me has to say about it. Well, here's my opinion. As much as a zombie fan as I am, I do admit that there is an oversaturation of zombie games these days. But the idea that Naughty Dog, the makers of the Uncharted series, were making one themselves both kind of intrigued me but also kind of annoyed me. The story to The Last of Us takes place 20 years after a pandemic of cordyceps fungus start turning people into zombies, and oh my god! Oh, that crap is real? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, there's probably fungus all over me, I'm gonna turn into something, I gotta take a shower. Oh god, get it, I can feel it crawling in my brain. Oh, god. Sorry about that. Lost control for a minute. I'm okay. Back to the review. The game revolves around you taking this girl named Ellie across the country, and much like BioShock Infinite, it's an escort mission where you don't really have to worry about the person you're escorting being a burden to you. You don't have to worry about Ellie getting attacked, and as you progress through the game, she even starts to help you in your fights. Being set in the post-apocalypse, you can definitely expect all of the traditional post-apocalyptic imagery in this game that you would see in all the others. You see, like, squalor and military enforcement and, people killing each other over loaves of bread and all that stuff. The game also does a great job of not shoving the story in your face. You can look for little pieces there. You'll see some people interact over there or find, like, an old notebook over here, and you can really get a sense of what this world is. In terms of combat, your enemies break down into two basic categories. Obviously, you're going to be fighting zombies, and there are several variations of them. The most notable are obviously the regular zombies that just kind of run at you and try and bite you, and the clickers, which are so infected that they can't see anymore but hunt by sound, so you have to be like really quiet when you're sneaking around them. You're also going to have to kill a lot of just regular old people if you want to survive the game. And of course, this being a survival game and not an action game, you don't just go around blowing people and zombies away with a shotgun or, missile launchers and all that stuff. Ammo is very hard to come by, and guns draw a lot of attention, so you'll actually be using a combination of stealth and melee and guns to try and get through any particular fight. And again, because this is a survival game, you never really feel like this overpowered killing machine. Every fight's a struggle. I mean, just fighting against 3 or 4 zombies can feel incredibly overwhelming and unfair. But that's one of the aspects that I really like about the combat, that it's always visceral, it's always intense, you never feel like, I've got this. You're always like, oh my god, I can't believe I survived that. Between fights, you have the opportunity to scrounge for whatever supplies you can find so that you can use it to make first aid items or Molotov cocktails or various things like that. You can also upgrade your own abilities, and if you find a workbench, you can upgrade your weapons. You also have to solve some basic environmental puzzles in order to progress to certain areas, like I have to find a ladder to get up to this here so I can lift Ellie up here so that she can drop something down and that kind of stuff. It was clear to me when playing this game that it doesn't really do anything all that new or innovative, but that's not necessarily to its detriment. While it takes a lot of gameplay elements from other games and throws them all together, it doesn't feel like this weird patchwork of other elements. It all really flows into a very cohesive game. The same can be said for the story as well. The game is filled with pretty much every zombie genre trope that you can think of, but they do them all really well. Most of the plot elements I could see coming a mile away, but because they were so well acted and directed, I didn't care because they were really enjoyable. Now, I know you're thinking, sure, this game's an incredibly emotional and engaging story paired with a really solid single-player campaign, but where's the multiplayer, brah? And yes, there is a multiplayer mode. It seems like this game has fallen victim to the idea that all games must have multiplayer to be worthwhile. But because the multiplayer is hidden behind an online pass, I can't tell you if it's any good or just some generic, crap that's like capture the flag or whatnot. I really dug this game. It's got some of my favorite zombie-type elements, the sort of disempowerment. You're never, way more powerful than the zombies. Like, a handful of zombies, it's like, oh my god, I can't believe it. I have to fight all these guys. There's 3 of them, and all that stuff. And the fighting humans is great. It does a lot of the tropes, like who's worse, zombies or us, all that kind of stuff. But it's handled really well. The first 5 minutes made me cry, normal kind of stuff. I really dug it. I think if you have a PlayStation, you should probably get it because it's one of the better games. I don't know. I'm tossing and turning between do I like this more than BioShock? I still think BioShock has the edge, but it's still a really fantastic game that I think is worth picking up.
There is an ancient scroll that foretells of a man who likes and favorites this video and also shares it with all his buddies, who gains the power to control the universe.